Hello, everyone. I know, I just had to take a quick breather. So, here's a question for you. Have you ever got to the point where, let me rearrange this. Let me start again. Um, as a teacher, when I was an educator, the main thing that kind of kept me going was, hey, Andy. The one thing that kept me going was when kids got that light bulb moment. You know what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden, someone's like, "Oh, I know what to do." And you're like, "All right, awesome." The same thing happens when I'm tutoring as well. And it just seems like I really just feel like a lot of people think that the work that you're putting in, like your kids, your spouse, your boss, it just seems like no one is really listening. Like, it just seems like they're not really understanding what you're doing. And it almost reminds me of the light bulb. And if you really think about it, a lot of people think that all light bulbs are exactly the same. Like we all learn the same, we all think the same, we all talk the same, but we don't. Like you ever get like a light bulb and you screw it in and you're like, I just bought it. It's a brand new light bulb. Why is it not coming on? Because a lot of people don't realize that the connectors, some connectors are longer and some are shorter. So that's why they all have like different bulbs for different places, for different styles and different faces. So sometimes you got to turn that light bulb just a smidge more in order for the connectors to reach. And then all of a sudden, it illuminates. Same exact thing should happen each and every time. We can't treat everybody exactly the same because everyone doesn't have the same connectors. Everyone doesn't have the same motivation as you. But my thing is, when you're working, you're inspiring. We don't know when that light bulb is going to come on. And especially in this day and age, sometimes we all just seem so discouraged. I'm seeing a lot of my friends and family and even some of my students are just like, I just want this year to be over. But I'm like, why are you rushing your life? Because there's so much good things out there that you haven't got a chance to experience. You know, I always just feel like we don't know when all of a sudden our life and their needs are going to connect. Yeah, right now I'm just going to chit chat a little bit because I know I'm on TikTok and I'm on Facebook. I'm only going to be here for a little bit because I really have to get myself ready for my clients because I got clients all over the place. And I'm so happy to get them back. But when people get frustrated, they get frustrated because they think that you're supposed to know everything. You're not supposed to know everything. Everyone has a purpose in this world. And you're probably like, like, shut up. Everyone has a purpose in this world. And your purpose may seem very minute to you, but it might be tremendous to someone else. So, regardless, I know I like to speak to other tutors and I like to speak to other educators and I know a lot of people are trying to figure their lives out. They're trying to figure out what is my purpose. So let me tell you, stop. Because if you knew what your purpose was, you would never do anything. You would stop. You would just do what needs to be done. You're like, okay, I did my purpose, I'm done. And then you move on to whatever. You're not going to know your purpose. Try things, live a life, because maybe you just need to turn your light bulb just a smidge in order for your light to illuminate. Because you have to remember and remind yourself that the light that's within you is needed to brighten someone else's day. You have no idea how many times just by someone sending me a message like, "Hey Audrey, how you doing?" It brings me so much joy because some days you feel like you're just by yourself in this world, but you're not. You got a whole bunch of angels, some of them in physical form, some of them are spiritual, but there are people around. A couple of days ago, just before it was about to snow, I'm at a light and I noticed this guy's pushing his van out. Well, I don't know. It's like a SUV out of the road, and it was one of those big major byways. And I'm like, "Sir, is someone steering your car or your truck?" He was like, "No," very rudely. But I was like, "Okay." So I quickly put my car in park. Yeah, there was a guy behind me. He's fine. They're all right. They're all right. So I put my blinkers on and I go. He pushes. I'm turning. He was like, "Oh, you're strong." I'm like, "Yeah, just, just lift weights and stuff." But I'm turning, and then all of a sudden, we hit a curb, and I was like, "Oh, shoot," because I just wanted to get the truck out the way, and he's fine. And then it hit. Then we backed it, and then we tried it again, and I'm turning, and it just wouldn't. Like it was locked. And he was like, "Okay, yeah, just put it in park." So I put it in park. I don't know why. Now we can't get it out of park. And he was like, and I'm like, "Let's see. Let me get my truck." I'm like, "Do you have cables?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, let me give you a jump." He's like, "Oh, that'd be great." 10, 15, 20 cars is passing this guy. Two police officers passing this guy. No lights. You see him pushing a van, and you're still not going to stop. Something told me to stop. And I know a lot of people say, "Audrey, you got to be careful in this day and age. They're snatching people up." I'm like, dude, I'm 6'1". I have shoulders like a linebacker. What are you going to do? Yeah, let's put her in the trunk. And I'm like, really? Oh no, someone's kidnapping me. Who's probably going to go something like that. But when it gets down to it, we need to be kind to each other once in a while. Hey, sweetie, we need to be kind. I'm trying to say hi to so many people. So once I got my car, did an illegal turn because that's what I do. So I did a legal turn just so we can get it all lined up. And then he's like jiggling things around, and all of a sudden he was like, "Wait." He's like doing all this stuff. And I'm like, all of a sudden I just said a prayer. I'm like, "Lord, please help him." Because me and battery and cables is just not my thing. I was like, "Lord, just help him." All of a sudden she's like, "Wait a minute." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "The connector's loose." So then he fiddles and puts the connector in, and all of a sudden, boom, headlights come on. He was like, "Do you think the car's going to start?" I'm like, "Sir, your headlights are on." Yeah. Put the key in. He was like thumbing the key, probably put the key in, turn it, came on. And you should have seen his face light up. You ever get into a situation where you're just like, you feel like everything is against you? Like every single solitary thing. That was my 2024. I was like, this is crazy. But you just need somebody to give you a jolt. And the weird part was, it was right there. He just had to get his battery connected to his energy source, to his electrics. That's it. So once he filled that in, banged it in, all of a sudden the lights came on. And that just reminded me of my life and everyone else's life. Like sometimes he didn't do anything. It was within him. It was within the car. All he had to do was make sure it was connected, just like the light bulb. You are the light. But sometimes you just need someone to just twist it just a little bit more, just for it to illuminate. Because sometimes you will think that, oh, it's dead. You shake it and it's not rattling. And you're like, well, why is it not working? Because it's a little too short. You need something that's going to connect to those sources so it will illuminate. So when it comes down to you're trying to figure your life out, you're trying to say hi to everyone, you're trying to live a life that sometimes you're like, who designed this for me? No matter what? You have what everyone else needs, and you may think that you don't, but you do. So I know it seems like I'm talking like in a riddle, but here's the thing. You're not going to be able to figure out your purpose because God knows if you knew what your purpose in this planet was, you would have done it a long time ago. You're like, all right, I'm done. But what I'm really saying is don't let the fact that you don't know what your sole reason for being on this planet right here, right now, dealing with the trials and tribulations. Hey, Ann, the trials and tribulations of each and every day. And you're thinking that the life and the world, everything sucks. I'm tired. Stop it. You have a purpose. If that purpose is teaching a child math, if that purpose is teaching someone that you know how to start a car, how to change oil, how to check brakes, change brake pads, if it's someone that you know that you're teaching how to braid hair, how to do nails, if you're teaching someone how to drive, if you're teaching someone how to write a paragraph, how to really reach with their inspiration, whatever that is, you have a purpose. Well, Audrey, I'm just sitting here and go ahead and I'm like, no, I don't want you to just sit here. You're going to have your moments. You're going to feel sad. You're going to feel down. You know how many times I've cried in this house? It's ridiculous. But because you have those moments, don't ignore that. Embrace that. But I just want you to know that your weakness may be someone else's strength. And until you say something, I'm not bringing anyone up yet. Until you say something, and until you shine that light, we're all in the dark. We can't all be in the dark. We can't give up. We cannot give up. And the reason why I'm coming on here is because everyone had these New Year's resolutions, and they're like, I mean, I swear, New Year's Eve, I went to the supermarket and all the grapes were gone because everybody's like, oh, you got to eat 17 grapes underneath a table so you can meet the man of your dreams or the soulmate of your people. You spent $20 on some grapes. I know grapes are expensive. It might as well be currency by now. You spent all this money on some grapes, or you're eating black eyed peas. Okay, how many years do you need to eat black eyed peas until the good fortune that you've been asking for comes? And the same with the collard greens. And everyone has their superstitions, and that's fine. If you want to keep going with it, go do with it. But I ate cheesecake. Damn right. I would do that too. Um, but it seems like we all have our New Year's resolutions. And then after about maybe a couple weeks, maybe you're lucky you stick to it for about a month. And then it takes like our first snow day. You know, they close the gym. How many of you guys, which I'm going to end this in a few and see if my friend is working out, but I did just came from the gym. I just want to go and support. They actually made a day called the Quitter's Day. Like this coming Saturday is known as the Quitter's Day. You know how everyone has special days and all that stuff, chocolate day. Today, I think it's like bubble bath day or hoodie day. I don't know. It's all kinds of crazy. But the fact that a lot of people generally, when you screw up, like I was supposed to journal every day, and then all of a sudden, one day you didn't journal, and you're like, oh, I knew it wasn't going to work. So what? Pick it up the next day. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. But a lot of people think that if it's not perfect, I can't do it. It doesn't always have to be perfect, guys. Life is not perfect. You're supposed to make mistakes. And when you make a mistake, you learn from it. That's life. That's the part that a lot of people get screwed up on. You learn from the mistakes. Okay, I know I'm not supposed to date that type of guy, but I keep doing it. Let it go. Because they keep breaking your heart. But at the same time, you learn from it. You don't have to build up a wall, but you just have to really reel it in. What is the thing that's going to make you shine? Don't be afraid to twist a little bit harder or get the right bulb for the right job. Because here's my thing, I don't want to lose any more people. Last year was too much, way too much. And then I get word that one of my friends, her father passed away yesterday. And it's like these things gonna happen. I hate to say it because I've gone through it and I'm still going through it. I can't with the loss of my dad. I'm still dealing with it. Oh, you can't see it over here. I still got the picture of it, picture of him, and dealing with how my mom is adjusting to it. And I think a lot of us deal with that, especially when we lose a parent, or even if you're a parent and you lost a child. It, I don't know how much people can say they're sorry because you don't know what else to say. But at the same time, that pain doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. All you can do is try to adjust and to live life in a good way. Hold on to those memories. Remember how you felt about this. What are the things that you learned from each other? What was the things that you want to pass on, maybe to your kids, maybe to your friends, maybe to a perfect stranger? But my thing is, you can dim your light, but don't let it go away. Because the bulb is a part of you, it's not you. I don't want to replace you. You're not replaceable. You're irreplaceable. Because when you're gone, you're gone. And I don't want that to happen. I don't see you as a quitter. I see you as strength. And right now, some of you I do know, and a lot of you I don't know. And every day and every time I go to Mass, I always pray. I say, Lord, pray for all my friends and my family and colleagues, but also pray for the people that I haven't met yet. Make them, as you're blessing me, share some of that blessing over there. Like that one man, let me give him some blessing. And then boom, the car started working. He elated. We hugged it out. See, I didn't even get kidnapped, right? But I wonder about all the other people that drove by him. But then I stopped and said, well, they probably just was doing what they need to do, or they were fearful, just like our society is. Don't be afraid to help people out because you never know. One day you might need the help. But that's why I always say, I need for you to shine your light. I don't want you to quit. I don't want you to stop. I just want you to shine your light as best as you can. Because as I said before, your weakness can be someone's strength and vice versa. And unfortunately, as much as you want to think, we need each other. I'm sorry. Human beings need human beings. I know. You got to deal with us. Okay? So please, as I'm about to, because I'm not going to stay here too long because I got to get myself ready for tutoring. And I will be maybe coming on a little bit later to talk about my lovely wares, working hard for this stuff. So I'm talking about my math notebook. I actually was just on Facebook not too long ago with it. And as well as, and I'm waiting for the second one to come through. I ordered it December the 10th Amazon, what are you doing? Okay. And then also I have my She Creates coloring and activity book. So I'm going to do a couple lives on that. But I want you to have an amazing day. I want you to have an amazing week. Do not quit. Keep pushing. Okay. I have another picture for you. My daughter. Oh, I know. Ann's daughters bought my book with their own money. Oh my gosh, that's just like still tickles me. Yes, please do. And if anyone that is listening or listening to the replay, if you are a person that's thinking about going back to school, getting your GED, maybe you're going back to community college. So they love them, buy and gift. Yes. So if you're thinking about getting your GED or you're going after your Accuplacer because you're either going back to community college for some credits, maybe to help you with your job, maybe to get your associate's degree, or if you're thinking about going into the military and you have to pass the ASVAT and you're like, dude, haven't seen math in how many years, right? And you need assistance with that, stay tuned because I'm creating a course. Actually, I created the course. I'm just putting the finishing touches on it. And that's one of the reasons why when I do come on live and I'm actually showing my notebook, but I'm also teaching some of the concepts that a lot of people, because here's the thing, the test is not like 1 point for one question. There are some questions that's going to be worth 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, or 4 points. Anything dealing with linear equations, slope, okay, equation of a line, all that graphing, that's easily a 4 point question. And if you can get a good majority of those 4 points and then plus the simple arithmetic, you should be able to pass definitely the GED and the Accuplacer. You can score high off of. Okay, so I am going to be constantly coming on here and touching on those concepts so you can get like a better idea of how to do it and then take the information and then pass that test and then get your life together. All right, do whatever you want to do, whatever the next step is. Because I don't know what education is going to look like by the end of this month. You know, they're talking about doing something with education, so I have no idea. People that are homeschooling, hold on to your babies, because the public schools are going to get hit hardest. So just to be prepared. Okay. All right. So I'm going to end up here. If you guys need me, text me, DM me, throw up a smoke signal. Okay. I'm more than willing to share whatever I need to share. Oh, almost forgot. And I'm also doing what's called You Can Tutor. I do have another TikTok account called You Can Tutor, and it is for people, educators, especially for women that teach mathematics and they want some assistance on their online math tutoring business. I'm really trying to focus it on, and I think this is the only women's only tutoring company that I know of. It's like a tutor mentor thing. I think this is the only one. Hey, let me try it out. Um, so if anyone's thinking about, especially for women, that if you're teaching math, that's my thing. If you're doing elementary, which is math and the reading, I'm more than willing to work with you. I do have some other people that are strong with the English, so if there's something that's missing, I can connect you with. But if you are really serious about being an online tutor, even if it's part-time, I'm thinking about doing a like an event, just a question and answer event in February. If you are interested in that, please just send me a DM. Okay, just send me a direct message so I can get an idea because I don't want to put all the effort into it and then all of a sudden you're like, I don't know if I want to or not. No matter what, it's going to require work. Okay, no matter what it is going to require work. So if you're interested in doing that, just go ahead and just send me a message, and then we'll take it from there. All right, guys. Love you. Take care of yourself. Thank you, Ann, for all the stuff. Ooh, 3,000. Look at you. Look at you go. All right. So please take care of yourselves. Shine your light. Do not be afraid to shine your light, especially on these days where it's kind of grim. You're a gift, and the world deserves to see your gift. Stop being selfish. Show your gift. Show your love. Do not be afraid to love. Do not be afraid to be appreciated. Do not be afraid to just connect with your inner self because you are so worth being here and you are not a quitter. I don't care who told you that before. I trump that. This is the only positive way that I'll say the word Trump. Okay? Yes, I'll take over that. You are so much better. You are dedicated. You are loved. You are appreciated. And I'm so glad that you're here. All right? So take care. Gotta go. This kid's like, oh, I'm waiting for you.